Before we even start this video, my whole plan was to show you guys t-shirts of like Halloween stuff every time that I upload this month. And that was a big fail because I literally filmed this entire video and I just like realized it once I was editing that you basically can't even fucking see the shirt. So I'm just gonna show you guys the shirt right now. It looks a lot bigger on the back. Bro, tell me that is not such a cute shirt. Like, okay. For once, I'm finally home. Like, I've been home I don't want to say this entire week, but for most of this week I've actually been home. I have been working at the same time and I've been like editing and stuff and then uploading a little bit more, but we're gonna get into everything that like went down maybe like a couple weeks ago. Okay, so maybe like a month ago, I want to say, I started feeling very depressed again. I currently am still feeling very depressed. There's just been so much that's been going on. Like, I'm not good at work right now. I'm not good in my life. I'm not good in my personal life right now. I'm just like, that's why I've been going on like a downward spiral right now. And I hate to even talk about it because I do this thing where I just like don't talk about a lot of stuff. Like, I'll let it build up and I just like suppress it and I'm like, I'll deal with it later. It's there, but like it's in the back of my mind, but I just like don't talk about it. One of my friends described it as like highly functioning depression or something like that. Mentally, I'm not like great right now, but I'm trying to get there. Like, today I went to the gym, I took care of myself. I've been like trying to take care of myself a little bit more. This is where it all started about a month ago, or maybe like 2 months ago, I want to say. I kind of started like smoking again, and it was like every once in a little while. I was like, I've mentioned it here before that my boyfriend is a pothead basically, and like he smokes all the time, so like I'm around it all the time. It's nothing new to me. It's nothing like, there's literally like weed shops all over the place. They're literally like in every single corner in LA and stuff, so it's like not a big thing. I have Cookies that's like literally like 15 minutes away. Jungle Boys, that's another one that's also like 10 minutes away from me. What else? There's Stizzy. Stizzy is also very, very close to me. Like, all of these stores are super close to me. Anyway, it was my boyfriend's birthday recently, so I like bought him some weed. For my boyfriend's birthday, we were gonna go to a concert, right? And we had agreed that we were gonna go, me and my boyfriend, and then his friend also was gonna go to the concert and stuff, and then his friend with his girlfriend were gonna end up going. Anyway, point is this was 2 weeks even prior to that. We hadn't even gotten to the concert yet, right? So I already knew that we were gonna go with his friends to the concert, right? So I'm gonna have to see these people again. And this is what makes it just so much worse. Okay, so I started smoking maybe like 2 months ago, I want to say. I know I said a month ago, but I'm correcting myself. I'm thinking about 2 months ago, because I wasn't smoking like a lot. I kept doing it little by little. Like, every time that my boyfriend would smoke, I'd just smoke with him, and then I would smoke only a little bit, and then like I'd get high, because I get high super quickly. I'm such a lightweight in everything. Like, anytime that I try to drink, I normally only take like a few sips of my drink and then I'll leave it, because then I get too fucked up. Like, if I literally finish one whole drink, I will get fucked up and I will not be able to like do anything, pretty much. And that's pretty much what happens with me when I smoke. I can only take a few puffs. Sometimes I would literally only do like maybe 3 puffs of like my boyfriend's blunt, because it was just too much for me. It is just too much for me. So I kept doing that slowly with him. I would do it every time that he would smoke, and he smokes very often, before this incident happened. So I was pretty confident in myself, because I was starting to smoke a little more, and I was like, I don't know, I normally always tell myself that I don't want to smoke, and I completely stopped taking care of myself, because at that point I was just like so deep in my depression that I was like, let me look for something to just kind of soothe it for now, like as of right now, because I just couldn't pay attention to everything that I wasn't dealing with. Like, I didn't want to deal with it. I couldn't pay attention to it at the moment. I ended up going with my boyfriend to his friend's house, because his friend like invited him over. We were all just gonna hang out. The friend's girlfriend was there, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, like tell her to come down. I've met her before. I've met her a couple times. She's a really cool chick, and then his friend is also really cool. Like, they're super welcoming, super nice to us and everything. So my boyfriend was like, okay, like we're gonna smoke and stuff, because him and his friend always smoke. Pretty much all of my boyfriend's friends smoke, so no matter who it is that we go hang out with or whatever, like they're normally smoking. I'm telling you guys, I'm around everybody that freaking smokes, and I'm the only one that never smokes. Like, all of his friends always say, hi, what's up? And then they're always like, hey, are you gonna smoke? Like, do you want some? And I'm just like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't smoke. And they're always like so surprised because they're like, oh my God, how do you not smoke? You're around it so much. This guy smokes so much. And I'm just like, yeah, I know. So yeah, it's me, my boyfriend, his friend, and then the friend's girlfriend. And then we're all passing the blunt around. It goes around maybe like 7 times. And I'm smoking and I'm hitting it. And I'm hitting it 3 times every time that it comes back around to me. And see, the thing is you might be like, well, if you know your limit, then why didn't you stop? Like, you would feel it, you know? I wasn't feeling anything. Every time that it was coming around and everything, like, I wasn't feeling super like high or nothing. Not the normal way that I normally feel. It wasn't hitting me like at all. And I was like, well, it's not hitting me, so maybe it's because I've been smoking a little bit more. So maybe I should hit it a little bit more. And I thought I could handle it. It was going around, it was going around. By the 7th, 8th time, that's when I started to feel it. At first, I was on a good one, right? Like, I literally felt like I was sinking into the ground. And I told my boyfriend, and I like stopped hitting it at that point because I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm faded as fuck. I'm chill. Like, I don't need to keep hitting it anymore. I was like happy, but then I really couldn't move. Like I told you guys, I felt like I was sinking into the ground, but then I couldn't move. And I was like, oh, fuck, like, what the hell? And I was just, like, watching them. And I noticed that, like, I have this, like, gross feeling in my stomach. And then I feel like I can't really breathe too well. And I'm just like, maybe I need to, like, get some fresh air or something. And I'm like, all right, don't freak out, don't freak out. Because sometimes I do that. Just my anxiety does that to me. Even though I'm faded, like, it still is, like, bugging me, which is something that sucks. Like, I don't know how people smoke weed that have anxiety. Like, how does the anxiety not still go through the weed? Like, because to me, mentally, the weed kind of slows me down and like calms me down a bit, but the anxiety is still in there. Like, it's still like lingering in my brain. Like, it's still processing fucking thoughts in that bitch. Like, it's still worrying me. It's still telling me like, you haven't done this, you haven't done that, what about this, what about that, you're forgetting this, don't forget that. It's slower and it's a lot less, but the anxiety is still there. At least for me, that's the way that it is. Yeah, the point was I couldn't really breathe, and then I like look over to my boyfriend and I'm telling my boyfriend, hey, I'm too high. And then he's just like, oh, like, do you need some air? Do you want to go outside? Do you want to go grab some air? And I was just like, yeah, please. And I start seeing spots and I'm just like, bro, don't fucking pass out right now. Like, you're literally gonna make such a fucking scene. And I hate that about myself because I'm like, it feels like every time that I try to get high, this ends up fucking happening to me, especially when it's with other people. I always end up throwing up, passing out, or like I have a freak out or something because my anxiety is just too much, and I fucking hate that. I really fucking hate that. Like, my life is full of a lot of embarrassing moments that I just don't mention because they're so fucking embarrassing. As soon as I fucking get up, I start walking towards the door because we're in a garage at this point. I'm sorry, I completely forgot to mention that. We were in his friend's garage because that's where they normally smoke whenever they go over to the friend's house. So yeah, we're in his friend's garage. I start heading towards the door so I can get some air. As soon as I'm walking over there, my boyfriend's like walking right behind me. I start gagging and I'm like, fuck. And bro, my boyfriend's like, it's okay, calm down, it's okay. And I'm trying my best to calm down and I really fucking can't. I don't remember what came first. I don't remember if I passed out first or if I started throwing up first. But yeah, I fucking threw up and it was so fucking embarrassing. I felt so bad. I literally threw up all over my goddamn shoes. And this is the second time that I've thrown up on my fucking shoes and I hate that. I even kind of threw up on my boyfriend's shoes because he was there like trying to help me and stuff, and he's just like patting my back the entire time and he's like, it's okay, let it out, and I'm just like, fuck. And you know, I felt so bad for my boyfriend because he literally had to deal with me. Anyway, yeah, I kept passing out and I kept throwing up. That was the fucking issue. It didn't just happen one time. It didn't just happen in one spot. I was so mad at myself. And my boyfriend was obviously mad at me because he was like, bro, that's so fucking embarrassing. And I'm just like, I know. Imagine how I feel and felt, because I still feel like embarrassment. I feel like secondhand embarrassment for like my past self, because I'm like, oh fuck, I am so, I don't know, I'm like mortified that that happened to me, especially every time that now I see his friend. His friend's still so cool about it. Like, his friend is like, no, don't even worry about it, doesn't matter, forget it, like, it's cool. They're so like nice and cool to me, but like I feel so bad because I'm like, bro, I literally fucking threw up all over the place. Anyway, point is, my boyfriend takes me home. Well, we go to his house, we don't go to my house. We go to my boyfriend's house. My boyfriend like just puts me in bed, and then I knock out again, and then I didn't wake up, I think, until the next day. And I still felt kind of high. Like, it was still such a weird feeling. Like, the next day, it was a bad trip for me. It wasn't like I wasn't feeling horrible, but I definitely felt gross. Like, I just felt like my body felt gross. Like, if you eat something that's like spoiled, that's exactly what it felt like for me. And I had a headache the entire day the next day. I feel like from this experience now, I'm really set on the idea that I'm never gonna smoke again, because every time that I try to smoke, I just end up fucking throwing up like this. Like, I feel sick as shit, and I end up throwing up, and I make a fool of myself, and I really don't know why I keep doing it again and again to myself. Like, I think I can handle it, and I'm like, no. There are other girls who fucking smoke like this. By the way, my boyfriend's friend's girlfriend, she's like as small as me, and she smokes. She's able to handle as much as they are, but for some fucking reason, I just can't. Like, I just can't do that. Anyway, 2 weeks later, I had to see them again because, like I told you guys, we fucking had the concert, like, because then 2 weeks later it was gonna be my boyfriend's birthday, and then we were all gonna go to this concert, and then we all went to the concert. But yeah, it was just so fucking embarrassing having to see them again. And then they smoked at the concert and everything. It was so funny because his friend was trying to pass me the blunt again. He was just like, oh, are you gonna smoke here? And I'm just like, no, like, you know what happened fucking last time. And then my boyfriend was like, no, she's not gonna smoke. And his friend was like, oh yeah, I forgot. It's just so embarrassing because I feel like a fucking kid. I feel like a fucking toddler that everybody has to fucking take care of. Or, I mean, my boyfriend just has to take care of me, but still, like, it's embarrassing when it's in front of all of his friends. I'm not trying to be that bitch, you know? And then I always end up turning out to be that bitch. Like, everybody probably looks at me like I'm a fucking mess. And I'm just like, sorry. I'm fucking sorry. I, like, can't even begin to explain this. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.